Hi everyone, this is Archana. Today I am going to explain the generator protection. Okay. Basically, the generator and transformer is a very high costly equipments in the electrical power systems. That's why we give the different separate protection for the generator and the transformers. Okay, in this video lecture the contents are: first one is the introduction to the generator protection, next protection zones, next generator protection, next one is the differential protection, next one is modified differential protection, last one is the restricted or balanced earth fault protections. Okay, these are the contents. Next one is the introduction to the generator protection. First, what is the need of generator protection? Why we will give the generator protection? Okay, in the generating station, the generator and transformers are the most expensive equipments. It is the very costly equipments in the generating stations. Okay, that's why we need separate protection for the transformers and the generators, and hence it is designed to employ a protective systems to isolate the faulty equipments as quickly as possible. That's why we give the separate protection for the generator and transformer, and we quickly identify the fault and then clear the fault within a very short time. Otherwise the generator and transformers are damaged, and frequently we replace the generator and transformers. It is the it is more expensive devices in the case of a power systems. That's why we give the separate protection for the generators and the transformers. Okay, the basic electrical quantities, those are likely to change during abnormal fault conditions are current, voltage, phase angle and the frequencies. Okay, while changing the current, voltage, phase angle and the frequencies, then we will observe that values and then we disconnected the faulty equipments. Okay, protective devices utilize one or more quantities to detect the abnormal conditions in the power systems. Okay, this is the basic introduction about the generator protection. Okay, next one is the protective zones. We are having the different protective zones are there in that. First one is the generator or generator transformer unit. It is a combination of a set of generator and a transformer unit. We give the protection for both the combination of generator and the transformer unit. Okay, next one is the transformers, and also we separately give the protection for the transformers. Okay, next one is the bus bars. In that bus bars we give the separate protection. When any fault obtained in the any one of the bus, then automatically that bus will be disconnected from the line, and then the supply will be continued in the other bus. Okay, that is the main reason for giving the separate protection for the bus bars. Okay, next one is the lines. That means the transmission and distribution lines. We are having the transmission and distribution lines. In that also we are using the different protective devices. Next one is the utilization equipments. That means the motors, static loads, etc. are the various utilization equipments. We give the protection for all the utilizing equipments also. Okay, next one is the capacitors or the reactors. In that case of generating station or the distribution systems, we are using the various capacitive banks. In that case also we give the separate protection for that capacitive banks. Okay, this is the overall protective zone system. In that first one is the generator. In that this is the generator set. And next one is the transformer zone. This is the transformer zone. Okay, this is the combination of a generator and transformer zone. In that we are using the circuit breakers. Okay, next one is the bus bar. This is the bus. This is the bus. In that case we are using the different protective devices. Okay, this is also the bus and this is the line, combination of the both the two buses. Next one is, this is the transformer and this is the bus. These are all the protective zone system in the case of a power system. In various stages we are using the different protective devices. In various stages we are using the different protective devices. Okay, this is the overall protective zones in the case of a power system. Okay, next one is the generator protection. Okay, why we need the generator protection and how it will be protect the generator. Basically we are divided into different cases. That is, first one is the stator protection. Generator or alternator, it consists of a stator and a rotor. That's why we give the stator protection separately. Okay, next one is the differential protection. We give the differential protection for the stator and the rotor fault conditions. Next one is the restricted earth fault protection. Okay, next type is the negative sequence current protection. Next type is the loss of load. Next type is the loss of load. Next one is the rotor earth fault protection. These are in previous we related to the stator faults. Next one is the rotor earth faults. Okay, next one is the over speeds. When the over speeds are obtained, in this case we are using the different relays. Okay, next one is the over voltages. Next one is the loss of field. When we obtain the any loss in the field winding, then automatically that circuit breaker will be operated. Okay, last one is the backup or overcurrent protection. Okay, backup or the overcurrent protection. This is the basic introduction of our generator protections. Next, coming to the differential protection. Okay, any internal faults inside the stator winding is cleared by mainly differential protection. Okay, if any internal faults are obtained in the stator winding, it is cleared by mainly differential protection scheme of the generator or alternator. Okay, it is employed for the protection of stator winding, generator against the earth fault and face to face faults. Okay, it is employed for the protection of stator winding. The differential protection is employed for the protection of against the stator winding. Okay, against the earth faults and face to face faults. Okay, against the earth faults and the face to face faults. The stator winding faults are very dangerous. Okay, the stator winding faults are very dangerous. Okay, and it causes considerable damage to the generators Okay, for the protection of a stator winding of the generator, the differential protection scheme is used. Okay, for the protection of stator winding of the generator, the differential protection scheme is used for clearing the fault. For clearing the fault, we are using the differential protection schemes. In the shortest possible time, for minimizing the extension of the damage. In that case, we are using the CTs. CTs are provided at the both end of the generator winding. In this case we are using the CT1 and CT2. In between this CT1 and CT2 we are giving the generator stator winding or alternator stator winding. This is the alternator stator winding. At the both the ends of this winding we are using the two CTs, that is the CT1 and the CT2. We are taking the three lines, that is the RYB. In that three windings we are connecting the three stator windings. At the both end of this stator winding we are connecting the two CTs, that is the CT1 and CT2. The CTs are provided at the end of generator winding, okay, which is not to be protected when there is no fault. If no faults will be obtained, the differential current I1 minus I2 through the relay is 0. The difference between the two CT currents, that is I1 of CT1 and I2 of CT2 will be equal to 0. Okay, so the relay will not operate. So the relay will not be operated. Next one is the when the fault occurs, suppose under short circuit conditions or fault will be occur, the balance is distributed and differential currents I1 minus I2 flows through the operating coil of the relay. Then there is a difference between the two CT currents. That means the differences between the two CT currents I1 minus I2 is equal to the current is equal to passing through the operating coil, causing relay operation and the tripping circuit of the circuit breaker. Then the circuit breaker may be closed. Okay, under normal operating conditions, the CT1 and CT2, the difference between these two CTs will be equal to 0, and then 0 current will flowing through this operating coil. If any faults are obtained or under abnormal conditions, the difference between these two CTs, that means I1 minus I2 current is equal to the sum of the current. That current will be flowing through the relay coil. These are the relay coil. Sum of the currents will be flowing through the relay coil. Then automatically the relay will be the circuit breaker operated. The relay gives the indication, then the circuit breaker will be operated. The differential basically it consists of a two CTs at the both end of this alternator stator winding. We are connecting the two CTs. That two CTs are connected by the pillet wires. On the one end of these two CTs are connected by the pillet wires, and the primary of this CT1 is connected through the neutral, and the secondary of this CT2 is connected to the neutral, and then opposite ones will be connected by the pillet wires. At the pillet wires we are connecting the tripping coils. This is the R1, R2, R3 are the tripping coils. When there is a difference between these two CTs, that different current will be flowing through the relay coils. If under normal operating condition, the differences between these two CTs is equal to the 0, okay. Under abnormal conditions, the difference between these two CTs will be equal to the sum of the current. Okay, that some current will be flowing through this relay coil. Then automatically the relay coil will be operated. In the second diagram, we are connecting the some balanced resistors. Okay, some balanced resistors. These are the balancing resistors. The advantage of these balanced resistors are we are taking the balanced CTs. In some cases, the CTs are different. In some cases, that is CTs are differ. Then in that case, we are adjusting these rebalancing resistors. At balanced condition, both the CTs will be equal. In some cases, both the CTs not be equal. In that case, we are adjusting the resistance by using these balancing resistors. That's why in differential protection, using balanced resistors will be applied for the stator winding. Okay, will be applied for the stator winding. Okay, this is the stator winding of the alternator. At the both the end of the stator winding, we are connecting the two CTs. At the both the end of this stator winding, we are connecting the two CTs. That is the CT1 and CT2. The CT1 and CT2, the CT1 secondary and CT2 primary will be connected by the pillet wise and the also balancing resistance. By adjusting the balanced resistance, both the CTs will be balanced together. Under normal operating conditions, both the CTs are balanced together. If under abnormal conditions, the current flowing through both the CTs will be differ. Then this difference currents will be flowing through this relay coil. Then automatically the relay will be operated. Okay, then automatically the relay will be operated. This is the differential protection using the balance resistance. Next one is the percentage biased differential current. Okay, this is the biased differential protection or percentage biased differential protection circuit diagram. Basically, in the at the both the end of this stator winding, we are connecting the CTs. In that CTs, at the one end will be connected by using the restraining coils. By using the pillet wires, we are connecting the restraining coils. At the middle of this restraining coil, we are connecting the operating coils. At the middle of this restraining coil, we are connecting the operating coils. These are the operating coils. At the middle of this restraining coil, we are connecting the operating coil. Okay, the percentage biased differential relays comprise two restraining coils and one operating coil per phase, but during the internal faults in the winding of the stator, the torque produced by the restraining coil is ineffective. The torque produced by the restraining coil is ineffective during the normal operating condition. Then abnormal the relay closes its contact when the setting current flows through the relay operating coil. Okay, to avoid the effect of split current, percentage biased differential is introduced in the differential relays. Okay, but during internal faults in the winding of the stator, the torque produced by the restraining coil is ineffective. Then the relay closes its contact when the setting current flows through the relay coil. When the setting current flows through the relay coil. Okay, this is the biased differential protection or percentage differential protection. In the case of a biased differential protection or percentage differential protection, we are using the two coils, that is, one is the restraining coil and other one is the operating coil. Okay, other one is the operating coil. By using this restraining and the operating coil, if any faults, internal faults are obtained in the stator, the torque produced by the restraining coil is ineffective. The torque produced by the restraining coil is ineffective and the relay closes its contacts. When the setting current flows through the relay operating coil. Okay, when the setting current flow through the relay operating coil, to avoid the effect of this split current, percentage bias is introduced in the differential relay. Okay, next one is the modified differential protection. Okay, in this scheme, two elements are arranged. One for the protection of the phase fault and other for the earth fault protection. Two elements are arranged, one for the protection of the phase fault and other for the earth fault protection. Okay, the phase elements are connected in the stator. Along with the resistor. The earth fault relay is kept between the stator and the neutral. The earth fault relay is kept between the stator and the neutral. Okay, next one is the under normal operating conditions. These currents are equal, became different on the occurrence of the fault in the protected section. Okay, due to this difference of the currents in the fault condition, this difference of currents in the fault conditions, the relay operating voltage appears across the relay operating coil. Okay, then the relay closes its contacts and trips the circuit breaker and automatically isolate the protective section. Okay, such protective schemes are very effective for the earth faults and fault between the phases. Okay, such protective schemes are very effective for the earth faults and the protection between the phases. Okay, modified differential protection means generally protection is made for 80 to 80% of winding. In this case of protection, generally 80 to 85% of protection for the winding. If the fault occurs near the neutral point, then the fault current is very small. If suppose the fault will be obtained near the neutral point, then the fault current is very small. Okay, and the relay does not operated in this condition. Okay, next one is modified differential protection scheme is used to overcome this problem. In the case of a percentage differential or biased differential relay, if the fault will be obtained near the neutral point, there is some disadvantage is obtained. that disadvantage is overcome by using the modified differential protection scheme. Okay, the two-phase elements and balancing resistors is connected to the stator and the earth relay is connected to the stator and the earth relay is connected between the star point and the neutral pillar wires. Star point and the neutral pillar wires. This is the modified, okay, this is the modified differential protection scheme for the generators. Constructionally it consists, this is the alternator stator winding, okay, this is the winding. At the both the end of these windings we are connecting the two CTs. This is the CT1 and this is the CT2. At the both the end of these alternators we are connecting the two CTs. The CTs are connected by using the pillets, by using the pillet wires. At the in the pillet wires we are connecting the relay coils. In the pillet wires we are connecting the relay coil. At the middle of this coil we are connecting the one resistance. We are connecting the one resistor. Okay, this is the modified. By using this resistor we control the fault near the neutral point, or we observe the fault at the neutral point by using this resistor. Okay, this is the modified differential protection. In the case of a differential protection, if any fault are obtained in the near the neutral point, in that condition the relay does not operated. In that situation we are using the, or we are designing the modified differential protection. Okay, we are designing the modified differential protection. In this case of modified differential protection we are using the resistance, that is the BR. By using that resistance we adjust when the fault will be obtained near the neutral point. Near the fault will be obtained near the neutral point, then this type of protection scheme is used. Okay, this is the modified differential. This is the modified differential protection. Okay, next one is the restricted or balanced earth fault protection. The name is also called as the balanced earth fault protection. Okay, restricted or the balanced earth fault protection. This scheme is mainly used for the protection of small generators. Okay, this type of restricted or balanced earth fault protection is mainly used for the protection of the small generators. Is mainly used for the protection of the small generators where differential and self-balanced protections are not applicable. In this case, the differential and self-balanced protections are not applicable. In a small generator, the neutral end of the three-phase winding is connected internally to a single terminals. So neutral end is not available and protection against the earth fault is provided by using the balanced earth fault protection scheme. Okay, such scheme does not provide a protection against the phase to phase fault. Such protection, such scheme does not provide protection against the phase to phase fault until and unless they developed into the earth fault. Until and unless they developed into the earth faults. Okay, in the case of small size generator, the star point is not available. In the case of a small size generator, the small point is not available. Okay, because it is made inside the generator and the grounded, because in this case it is made inside the generator and grounded through the some low resistance and grounded through the some low resistance. By using this low resistance we grounded. Okay, then the percentage differential relay for ground fault is provided. Then the percentage differential relay and for ground fault is provided and is known as the restricted earth fault or balanced earth fault protection, and it is known as the restricted earth fault and the balanced earth fault protection. Okay, this scheme can be used for the ground faults. This scheme can be used for the ground faults but not for the phase faults. This scheme is used for the ground faults and not for the phase faults. Okay, this is the restricted balanced or balanced earth fault protection. This is the schematic diagram for the restricted or balanced earth fault protection. Okay, in this case we are using, this is the alternator stator winding. That winding is connected by the CTs. These windings are connected by the CTs. Okay, if suppose the fault will be obtained in this case, suppose the fault will be obtained in the F1 case. Suppose the fault will be obtained in the F1 case, that means near to the stator winding. In this case we are using the one CT. The CT is connected by the relay coil. In this we are connecting the one CT, that CT is the relay coil. Okay, under normal operating conditions the sum of the current flows, under normal operating condition the sum of the current flows in the secondary of CT is 0. Okay, under normal operating conditions are out of fault conditions are external fault conditions, the sum of current flows in the secondary of CT is 0. Current flows in the secondary of CT is 0. Okay, the current flows into the secondary to the neutral is also 0. Okay, thus the relay this is the relay, thus the relay de-energized. Thus the relay is de-energized in the case of secondaries of the CT currents is equal to 0. Okay, when the fault occurs in the protected zone, the fault fault current through the primary of the current transformer and corresponding to the current flows through the relay which trips the circuit. When under normal operating condition the sum of the current flows in the secondary of CT is 0. Secondary of CT is 0. Okay, the current flows in the secondary to the neutral is also 0. The current flows through the CT to the neutral is also 0. Thus the relay remains de-energized. Then the relay remains de-energized and does not operate the relay coil. When the fault occurs, at the F1 condition through the primary of the current transformer and corresponding secondary current through the relay which trips the circuit. Secondary currents through the relay which trips the circuit. Okay, this is the main working of a restraint or the balanced earth fault protection. This is the working of the restraint and the balanced earth fall protection. And in the case of a restricted or balanced earth fault protection, we have a drawback is also there. We have a drawback is there. Okay, if the fault occurs near the neutral terminal, if the fault occurs near the neutral terminal, when grounding of the neutral is connected, through a resistance. Okay, when grounding of the neutral is connected through a resistance or a distributing transformer, then the magnitude of the fault occurs, magnitude of the fault currents flows through the secondary of the current transformer becomes the small. Okay, flows through the secondary of the current transformer becomes the small. This current is less than the pickup current of the relay. This current is less than the pickup current of the relay. Thus the relay remains inoperate. This is the main drawback of the restricted or balanced earth fault protection. In the case of a restricted or balanced earth fault condition, if the fault will be obtained near the neutral point of the terminal, in that case the relay does not operated. Okay, that's why we are going for the another method. This is the overall working and construction and drawback of the restricted or balanced earth fault protection. Okay, these are the different types of protections. These are all the different types of protections for the stator. At the both end of these stators, we are connecting the two CTs. The differences between the two CTs, then automatically the relay will be operated. Under normal operating conditions, both the CTs are in the damaged position. In this case, both the CTs are in the balanced conditions. If in some cases the CTs are disturbance or balances, in that situation we are using some balancing resistors. By adjusting these balanced resistors automatically, adjusting the balancing resistors. By using the differential protection, we are obtaining the differential transformer. The two differences between the two CTs will be flowing through the relay coil. That means I1 is the CT1 current and I2 is the CT2 current. The differences between these two CTs currents will be equal and it will be passing through the relay coil, then automatically the relay will be operated. This is the differential protection using the balanced differential protection. In the case of the biased differential or percentage differential protection, the overcome in the previous differential balanced resistance that will be overcome by using the biased differential or percentage biased differential protection. In that case, we are using the two torques, that is the operating coil and the restraining coil. Okay, normally in the case of the operating coil, normally in the case of this operating coil, during the internal faults in the winding of the stator, the torque produced by the resistance will be the torque produced by the resistance in the ineffective. Okay, this is the biased or percentage differential relays. The two torques will be developed. If the operating torque will be greater than the restraining torque, then automatically the relay will be operated. In the case of a biased differential protection, that in this case also we are having the sum of disadvantages. That disadvantages are to be overcome in the case of a modified differential protection. The disadvantages that can be overcome by using the modified differential protection. That in the case of a modified differential protection, 80 to 80% of winding may be protected. If any faults occurs near the neutral point, then the fault current is very small. And the relay does not operated. Okay, this is the modified differential protection, and this is the circuit diagram for the modified differential protection. In this extra term is the BR. That BR will be added to the earth fault protection Okay, next last one is the restricted or biased earth fault protection. Okay, in the case of in case of a small size generators, the star point is not available because it is made inside of a generators and a grounded through the some low resistance through the percentage differential relays for the protection of stator winding, Okay, in the case of a restricted or balanced earth fault condition, we are having the some drawback is also there. That is if the fault occurs near the neutral terminal. Or when grounding of the neutral is connected through a resistance or distributing the transformer, then the magnitudes of these fault currents flows through the secondary of the current transformer becomes small. This current is less than the pickup current. Of the relay coil. This current is pickup current from the relay coil. Then the relay remains inoperated. Okay, this is the restricted or the balanced earth fault condition. Okay, next one is the stator and the rotor fault conditions. Protection. We separately give the stator. What are the faults that will be obtained in the stator winding, and how it will be rectified, and how it will be operated. That will be explained in the next section. Okay, this is the overall protection, some protections related to the restricted balanced earth fault protection. Okay, the first one is the differential protection. That differential protection we are having the sum of disadvantages are there. That disadvantages are overcome by using the differential protection with protective resistance. That will be up with protective resistance. Next one is the biased differential protection or percentage biased differential protection. Okay, the next one is the modified differential protection, and last one is the restricted or balanced earth fault protection. Restricted or the balanced earth fault protection. This is the overall protection for the generators. Overall protection for the generators. Normally in the case of the generators we are having the rotor earth faults, over speed fault, over voltages, loss of field, backup over currents. These are the various faults are obtained in the generator. That faults are to be overcome by using the differential protections. Okay, this is the stator protection, differential protection, restricted earth fault protection, negative sequence, loss of load protection. Okay, this is the some of the protection for giving the stator of the generator. Okay, these are all the various protective zones. In this case we are having the so many generators and transformers are there. Each and every section we are giving the protection. Each and every section we are connecting the protection, or we are giving the protection. That is the transformers, generators, and the set of generator and transformers. In each and every case we are using the various protective equipments. In each and every case we are using the various protective equipment. This is the overall generator protection. Restricted earth fault protection and or balanced earth fault protection, overall the generator protection. And in the case of the generator or alternator, the alternator it consists of a stator and the rotor. In how we will give the stator protection and how we will give the rotor protection, that will be explained in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.